Hello everybody, I hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Cybertruck, Tesla's latest and perhaps most radical vehicle. The Cybertruck is a product that perhaps is not selling as Tesla first intended. And because of the market demand, or perhaps the lack thereof, we're seeing massive depreciation on the Cybertruck, like really incredible. The Cybertruck has experienced significant depreciation, with some reports indicating a loss of around 40% in the first year. Tesla has stated that the Cybertruck will hold 70% of its value after 3 years. However, market data suggests that this is not an accurate reflection of the Cybertruck's actual depreciation. And of course it's not. How could it ever be? Say what you want about Tesla, but it's impossible to say. It's impossible to create second-hand market demand, especially if the product isn't selling as much as expected. Again, Tesla may have struggled to meet the initial demand for the Cybertruck, leading to a glut of new vehicles on the market. Electric vehicle depreciation is already quite steep. They tend to depreciate faster than traditional vehicles. Also, some owners are focusing on the potential tax benefits of using the Cybertruck for business, which can help offset the depreciation, but is it going to be enough? Probably not. And in the long term, right, it's impossible to say whether Cybertruck's value is going to be. It really is. But at the minute, we are seeing massive depreciation on the Cybertruck in the first year. The question is then, how does Tesla deal with this? And it seems to be by creating a much cheaper version, as Tesla have unveiled the cheapest Cybertruck variant, priced around about $70,000. Now, of course, this is still massively expensive, but this isn't exactly an economy car. What do you expect, right? However, it is cheaper than some other versions. Let's have a little bit of a read as to the latest. So Tesla is scaling down its Cybertruck production goals and transferring workers to other production lines. Cybertruck sales have slumped amid a slew of recalls and investor concerns over the future of the EV maker. Tesla has recently incentivized Cybertruck purchasers with perks and a cheaper model. So at the moment, the EV maker has lowered its production targets in the past couple months, citing to anonymous employees. Tesla has also thinned out some of the Cybertruck's production lines, some teams by more than half, according to 4 workers who spoke on the condition of anonymity with the publication. Some Cybertruck factory workers at the Texas Gigafactory have reportedly been transferred to the Model Y line as of January. It feels like a lot they're getting and filtering people out, one employee said. The parking lot keeps getting emptier. And again, we'll talk about this and the reason why in just a second. Now, Tesla began apparently the move in December, surveying employees on their preferred work assignments and reassessing some to Model Y production. Cybertruck sales dwindled in the first 3 months of 2025, falling to 6,406 units sold. And just for a bit of context as to how low this is down from just under 13,000 units just the quarter before, right? The demand just isn't there at the minute. Tesla has sold over 46,000 Cybertrucks since the model began in 2023. The challenges are part of the company's larger concern over sales, which have declined 13% in the first quarter of 2025. So they are obviously having difficulty here for a number of reasons, right? You could make an argument that a lot of people just do not want the Cybertruck, but that's different, right? That's perhaps a different point. Anyway, last week, Tesla unveiled a cheaper version of the Cybertruck, costing about $70,000, whilst the tweaked model shaves around $10,000 off the base price tag. It switches the vehicle from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive, and eliminates features like air suspension and vegan leather seats. Some investors aren't convinced that the tweaked model is enough to jumpstart sales, right? Gary Black, an investor in Tesla and a managing partner of Future Fund, estimates Tesla would deliver just 20,000 Cybertrucks under the fiscal year 2025, compared to nearly 40,000 in 2024. Given just a $10,000 price discount versus a CT all-wheel drive version, and the removal of any CT all-wheel drive features, we expect little, if any, incremental volume will be added. WS Tesla Delivery estimates as a result of the CT rear-wheel drive addition, Black wrote on social media. And that's the big question, right? We're talking about a car, even with the additions and changes, that still costs around about $70,000. It's not a cheap vehicle at all. Do people want a vehicle like this for 70,000? Can people afford a vehicle like this for 70,000 right now? And especially when Tesla's in such a difficult position. I will give Tesla credit for the Cybertruck, in my personal opinion, just me personally. I think it is very cool that they've come out and created such a really kind of crazy vehicle. But we're already seeing some Tesla recalls on the Cybertruck. We're seeing it having its own issues. It's not a vehicle without fault. It's a super cool concept, and I certainly do respect Tesla for making it. But do people really want this? Well, 40% depreciation up to in the first year. People not buying them in the quantities that they once were. Do people want this vehicle? Time will tell, guys. Tesla's earnings are just around the corner. It's going to be really interesting to see. I'm going to keep you guys updated on all the latest as and when it comes out. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now.